It's an honor and a privilege, Geno, to award you with the Dapper Dan Sportsman of the Year. I had the opportunity to come to this event last year and found out for myself the depth of this award, the legacy of sports in Pittsburgh, the great athletes, both women and men that have won this before Geno. And Geno, I can quote Vice President Joe Biden and say for sure this is a big deal. Congratulations to the other award winners tonight. Bruce M. Martino Lifetime Achievement Award. Saw him this evening, saw how good a shape he is. And if you can skate, we'll use you against Philly on Saturday at 1 o'clock. So Ray Shero is right over here for the contract. Thanks to the Penn State women volleyball team, outstanding, unbelievable success, and congratulations as well. Relatively a year ago, a little over a year ago, Ray Shero made a call to the head coach of the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins and offered him an opportunity to coach the Pittsburgh Penguins. And in that phone call, whether it was a day, a few weeks, or the rest of the hockey season, I was bestowed an unbelievable opportunity to come to the city of Pittsburgh and coach a great franchise, a great team, come to a great city with great sport fans, and was blessed with some outstanding young hockey players. And the one sitting next to me is one of the greatest in the world, definitely the best from Russia. And with that opportunity to coach the Penguins came a lot of questions from inside my head and from outside the room, and the media, fans, friends, people on the street. And by far the most asked question and the most asked person I get questioned about is the one sitting to my right, Evgeni Malkin. Whether it's the fact that he's come from a different country, doesn't speak the language very well, he seems to be a man of mystery when it comes to the fans. So in a few stories today, I would like to give you a better glimpse of what Evgeni Malkin is like, what we know him like, and what you're becoming to see as a great player in the Pittsburgh Penguins sports scene. So, interesting story about Geno. He was drafted in 2004, second pick overall in the lockout year. It was in the August of 2006 that his team, the pro team he was playing for in Magnitogorsk, Russia, went to Helsinki, Finland for weeks training, some exhibition games, and Geno, with his passport in hand and clothes on his back, was whisked away by his agent to a safe house, to a secret place for a few days while they were making arrangements for him to come to the United States via LA and sign a contract with the Pittsburgh Penguins. And I remember that being in Wilkes-Barre at the time. At that moment, when we heard that story, when that story unfolded, we knew immediately that the Pittsburgh Penguins were going to be a team that could contend for the playoffs. Great story. Later on in that playoff or that exhibition season, they went to Moncton, New Brunswick to play an exhibition game, and Geno was on a 2-on-1 with John LeClaire. Made a great pass for an empty net. John missed it. They proceeded to go behind the net and crash into each other, and John LeClaire buried Geno into the wall. He separated his shoulder and lay in a heap on the ground. It took a Joseph Malachar to translate for the trainer to get him off the ice into the training room, and with Ray Shero, the doctor, and a translator, all Geno could keep saying was, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry," to Ray Shero. And at that moment you realize that he was disappointed and wanted to say sorry to Ray Shero and the team because he felt he had let them down. Little did Geno know that it was John LeClaire who needed to say, "I'm sorry." And 2 months later, John LeClaire didn't play for Pittsburgh anymore. So don't mess with Geno. One of the first questions is always, does he speak any English and does he understand it all? A question I had for myself when I came as well. And on the chalkboard, on the blackboard the first day, explaining a drill, I'm looking at the eyes in front of me, my new team, and looking at Geno and wondering if he's understanding a word I'm saying. But immediately, right after the drill, he's the first in line, and he knew the drill exactly, and I knew right then that Geno understood every word that was being spoken. and he's been the first in line ever since. And don't ever let him fool you that he doesn't understand or can't speak it. He's smart as a whip. He's probably the smartest on the team. Highest IQ, I would bet. He reads probably more than any other player. Taught himself English with the help of his roommate Brooks Orpik with a Rosetta Stone. And don't play a card game with Geno you intend to win, because he beats Sergei Gonchar on the plane pretty much every time they play. My last story before I hand it over to Geno, which tells me the most about Evgeni Malkin, and I wish y'all could be there, and Max is going to get chills when I tell this story. We go into the playoffs last year, and we have our exercise, a scout, our meetings, our video about the team we're going to play. It was the Philadelphia Flyers, whom we beat. And part of the exercise as we finished was the players had to do their homework. Even pro players got to do homework. And we made the players talk about what they were going to do, how they were going to raise their level as our team needed to do as we went into the playoffs. And we went in numerical order, so Geno was second to last, being number 71. And Geno ended with, "I want to play good, I want to play my best, and I want to lead this team to a Stanley Cup." And he did, he was, and we did. The Art Ross Trophy winner, the Conn Smythe Trophy winner, Stanley Cup champion, and this year's Dapper Dan Sportsman of the Year, Evgeni Malkin.
Добрый вечер всем, дамы и господа. I know guys you don't speak Russian. It's been warm up. My voice. Okay. A little bit nervous, sorry guys. First of all, I would like to thank the Post Gazette and Dapper Dan, and most importantly, the fans who voted for me as Sportsman of the Year. I would also like to congratulate Bruno Sammartino. And the men's and women's volleyball team and on their success and achievements. When I came to Pittsburgh almost 4 years ago, I could barely speak English. I only knew a couple of players and had no family or friends here with me. But thankfully, everyone in Pittsburgh was very welcoming. Dan and Ray and the Pittsburgh organization all took that extra time to help me in different ways. My roommates on the road, Brooks Orpik and Max Talbot, both helped me to learn English. But coach asked me to not use the word smart. Coaches asked me to not use the words Max taught me in my speech. I am grateful to all of my teammates and everyone in the Pittsburgh organization who helped me. I would not have been able to have such a successful without each of them. I would expect. Sorry guys, I'm a little nervous. I would especially like to say thank you to Pittsburgh for taking my parents as well.